I guess I even know how to start this. So, honestly, I had a long ass night. Us going over to Adventureland again, doing the same old, doing swimming, but this time me actually getting into the pool, which was, and my kids honestly holding all the way through. They helped guide me once I got into the water, which it's been over a year since the last time I got into a pool and actually kind of floated around. So feeling that for the first time in quite some time was just bizarre. Trying to get all over it. You like going into space the first time, you just weightless, dipping around. Like once I got in the pool and the whole coldness got there, I ended up barrel rolling over the side because the cold affected my legs and just spasmed them straight out. I came up and I got like a bunch of water down in my lung and I was coughing up. Like honestly, I was freaking out for a quick second. I was like, damn man, I'm choking here and it's in front of my kids and like I just kind of got kind of kept it on the low end just because like I don't want my kids to like flip out at the time. And us being goofy, I told him, told me, bro, grab me by the ankle. And my daughter pulling me by the hand, and we made our way over here and there. We sat by the jets, had some good fun while we're just, relaxing in the pool in our own. I started feeling that vibe of like flowing around, doing all these motions and finding that tipping point, and like everything ab wise and everything was just engaged with the motions that I was doing, uh, finding that little pivotal point of almost like standing underwater. Like, granted, I was crisscross applesauce because my legs just kept wanting to do that. And once I figured like they were holding at a certain point, then we're gonna go, at least that teetering part. Then I started playing around with almost acting like a fishing lure bob as I kind of dipped in and out. Outside of that, you know, kids want to be kids. They're having fun. We're playing around for a bit, and then uh, my son just popped up as far as to my daughter saying, "Hey, Gati, let's go. Let's go check out one of the tube slides over here. Check out this one over there." And and my daughter and they both kind of were like back and forth and like, "Yeah, I want to go, but like I want to be here with Dad." And like I told him, like, "Yeah, no, it's all good. Look, I got my vest on. I've got my balance. I'm holding up all right. Y'all go ahead. Honestly, be kids. Go run around for a little bit. I'm not going anywhere fast. I got to yell at somebody to get me out of here anyway. So believe me, your pops is gonna be in this pond somewhere, just kind of like bobbing around. I might totem pole a little here, a little there." They take off, they do their thing, and then I'm just doing laps to whatever degree I can at that time. And I mean that would have been fun just for the day on its own. Besides, strolling to the park, pushing forward and all that. By the time we were done and everything said, like usual, we shut down the place. We all were eating some real good food, some briskets and stuff like that from one of the little shops. Just hanging out, letting them do a couple more rides while I got the food and they went over to go do a couple rides. I'm like, all right, you guys go that way. I'm gonna go cut this way. You guys got your phones. I'll see you. We'll meet at the rendezvous point. You know where I'll be at. It's not gonna be hard. I got the red wagon tied to the back of me, ready to go. So let's go. They take off. I get the food, chilling, snacking a little bit while they're doing their thing. We dip out. We go back home. We're just hanging out, having a blast. Everyone's eating good. We're watching shows together. Checks things out. Just hanging out as a family. The night gets kind of far through. I'm thinking, oh, kids are about to go with their moms tomorrow, and they just went in the pool. They smell like chlorine, get in the shower, so everyone showers up. After everyone's showered up, we're all chilling. My daughter went to go lay in my bed. My son's out in the living room on the couch. I hopped in the shower. By the time I was all said and done, man, it was pretty much around 3 in the morning. I figured, I'd do quick little trim up, kind of keep this. I kind of like the style. I'm gonna rock it for a little bit. I got my music going. I don't mean to laugh at the same time. Like I thought I was hearing things. Because I'm buzzing away and all of a sudden, Dad, Dad, pause the music. Hello? And my daughter's crying. She's crying and she's right in my room, right on the other side of the door. I hear that. I'm like, oh damn, what's going on? Go to check out. My baby got sick and wow. Yeah, baby girl got sick. Something upset her stomach. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, my stomach was feeling a little queasy too. So we must have eaten something. Maybe it was a brisket. Maybe it was all the damn Slurpees we had. I don't know. To each their own. I guess we'll find out when we're in the zone. She's covered. The bed's covered. I was like, damn. Right off the bat, she's trying to tell me sorry. I'm like, baby, it's all right. Do you feel better now that you got all this out? Because that's a lot. That's so damn much. And she looks at me, kind of giggles. She's like, yeah, a little bit. It's like, all right, no, that's good. Like, do you think you need to do more? Like, I'll go grab a bucket because I like this. If you do any more on the bed, what's it gonna hurt? You already got a puddle going on there. So, do you need me to bring a bucket while we kind of get you cleaned up here before we get you clean up more outside of the bed? And she's like, I think I'm feeling better a little bit. I'm like, all right, don't worry about it. Let's all right. Don't worry about the bed sheets. Don't worry about this and that. Like, here, move your stuffed animal. Looks like that was on the other side of you. So the stuffed animal's name is Grass, which we actually won at Adventureland a while ago. But just with your clean hand, just move Grass over. Don't worry about the blankets. Don't worry about the pillows. Let's get this figured out real quick, situated. And if you're good right now, then let's you just come over here to the edge of the bed. We'll clean up a little bit. All right, now we're better. Let's get in the bathroom, get you cleaned up more. All right, she's got to go bathroom some more. And after she finished up with all the cleaning, got her some snack, got her some medicines, kind of help quease all that. I had her brush her teeth so she didn't taste that stuff anymore. And yeah, by the end of it, it's like 4 in the morning, something like that now. She's feeling a hell of a lot better. My son that was knocked out on the couch because me and her were just joking around in the kitchen and stuff. He hears us, he wakes up, so now we're all awake at like 4 in the morning. I was like, yo, y'all gotta go to sleep, all right? We got plans tomorrow and I need some rest, at least a little bit kind of going on. If everyone's doing good, like Peanut, is your stomach all right, or you also a red flag waiting to pop off? Everything's situated. Daughter's on the couch. My son moved over, so he's chilling with me on the couch, sleeping with me for a bit. Lack of sleep and everything else. I figured the morning starting up was gonna go, a little rough. Not as rough as I was thinking though. As I finally got myself awake about that 9 o'clock and was like, oh damn, all right. We got plans. We got to start booking around 10. And by the time I got my board, got my chair situated right next to the couch, went to go over, and that same feeling I had at the pool the day beforehand, that hit again. And this time I was midway going into my chair, and when it hit, the corner, I only had one cheek on the seat at that point. Oh, and that happened so fast, but at the same time, it was so slow. One of those scenes where you see it coming, everything's in slow motion, yet within a split second, it was done and over. I flipped over the side of my chair and landed on the floor. Damn, that hurt. I ain't gonna lie. I bounced like I did back in the day, but at least I could really kind of tuck and roll. It happened right in front of my son. My daughter was actually back in the bathroom because her stomach was still messed up a little bit. He was firsthand watching all this. And I could tell right off the bat, he's like, oh shit. Indeed. I'm cool. Laying out, relaxed. It's like, yeah, that's not how today was supposed to start off, but it's alright, Peanut. Just Hand me the socks, bro. I'm already on the floor chilling. So, with the help of my sonny, it was one of those beautiful things, turnarounds of how life starts off. Because I remember changing his socks and putting them on, and here he is loading on my socks, and I'm thinking, "Aw, it's a circle of life, Peanut. You're putting on Pop socks. I'm so proud of you." He's laughing and giggling. Yo, man, I mean, yeah, it's a crap scenario, but at the same time, like, why do I gotta? I guess I don't know what is freaking out. What is losing my shit? I'll put a bleep in there. What is losing it really accomplish at this point? Like, don't get me wrong, this is a crap scenario, but at the same time, I guess other turtles, they fall on their shell. They'll figure out a way to rock over, or sometimes it's the whole team that comes over to help them get out of that situation. And then he's jumping around. He's like, "Yo, we did it!" I'm like, "Yeah, yep, that's golden." It's like, "What's next?" It's like, "Pops needs a quick second to breathe." Okay, I mean that damn shoulder, ribs, and my ass are a little tender. But I was just telling him like, "Oh, I just need a moment to breathe real quick. Like, we're cool, we're good." I'm just chilling right here, and then my daughter pops out. Yo, no joke, just like a minute or two after that. "Hey, Dad. Hey, baby girl, how you doing?" It's like, "Why are you breathing like that?" Like, doing some sit-ups. Just, why fret it, bro? Why build my day around it? Plans, we rolled through, went over. Well, we readapted some plans, what we were going to do. But nonetheless, it gave it a little more extension. Still got up, made some breakfast for my kids. And we just ran out the day like that. I ain't gonna lie, like, the plans, we ended up, as far as where we went to afterwards, yo, this shoulder is just, oh yeah, that's tender. So I'm gonna see what it feels like tomorrow. That's gonna be joyful. I can definitely tell you on my back. I tried cracking it earlier, and that thing. I mean, it could be the state of delusion or something like that, but really being is, where do we find our joy in life? And how much of it is really in our own damn minds? How much are we controlling to say either the glass is half full or the glass is half empty? You've got a glass and you've got something in it. How many mindsets do we have in life where it could be A, it could be B, or it could be A, B, and C. All the above could be true. Could we find some happiness in what we have and still build towards the things we want in life? And in that, I think it finds the moments where I start looking at like these. And I'm not a perfect man by any means. I have definite faults. I try to listen to those faults. I don't ignore those. So a couple days ago, I was catching up on some good sleep, maybe way too far because me and the kids were up the night even way before that. And my daughter comes out, and I could, when you see your kid and you can see there's something in their eye, and she came out, and it wasn't an over the top indulged "Hi, Dad, good morning." It was, there was the sadness I could see in her eyes. So I asked her, "Baby, what's going on? Did you not feel good? Did you have a bad sleep? Did you have a nightmare?" What prodding questions forbids your face to be happy this morning? She kind of reluctantly took a little bit of time and hesitation on this, but reluctantly she did tell me, and started kind of gaining into the argument between her and her brother. But I called my son over to come over and talk to him and ask him about it, and he's taking his bit to try to tell me, but he doesn't like that. He gets real anxious and he locks up. And when that happens, I try not to be, and I really aim not to be on the frustration part. But there's that little bit of anxiety in the back of me too that thinks like please, I need to hear what's going on. Like give me the second point of view. That way I can really kind of figure out what's right, what's wrong, and where we can learn from this scenario. What he had done, he blocked her as a friend, or not blocked her, he unfriended my daughter, and that is where she came out to me. It was she was feeling lonely and unwanted and from her brother. And at this point I was outraged because the talk I asked him was, did you block your sister? Why can't she see you? Because I'm looking at it, you're both online, and I don't see your name, she doesn't see your name. He tells me, well, I didn't block her, but I unfriended her. And I'm upset. Like, I guess it's kind of one of those things, like a prodding question, and by the time I finally get to it, it's like, by the technicalities, if you're trying to be a lawyer, yeah, you didn't block her, but you unfriended her, and if you understood why you cannot be seen on her phone, you know the truth, bro. Come on, that had me pissed really bad at that point. So I'm upset. I'm worked up. They're worked up a bit just on their own. I had like, dude, we got to take a break. You to your room, you to your room. I'm going to get breakfast ready to go for all of us real quick. After a little bit, I get the food ready. I call them back over. A good 10 minutes just for everybody to regain, recollect. Sit them down. We start talking about it a little bit more in detail. Now that we got the emotions out of the way, let's make this an actual discussion. And that's something I've always been trying to work with. Because I'm not a perfect person. I'm never going to be a perfect person. Everyone's going to slip up, and that's not an excuse for me to say that for next time. All I can do is simply take the fact that I see that emotions are leading the conversation right now. And if the emotions are running this conversation, then the discussion isn't happening. It's almost like putting a pin in it real quick. Let's take our time, and then let's re-establish this conversation when we're a little more clear and we're able to speak better. That's that time where I can come back into the conversation, rehear maybe what the problem is, and better off also establish the fact that I don't want the conversation to end like that. I don't want it to be, I'm right, you're wrong, you lost, I won. A point system by any damn mean. What I want us to build towards is being able to communicate so we don't have to get into that sense of anger and lament that builds up. It's also a good time where apologies can actually be delivered, where they're a little more heartfelt and landed into. And in my own part too, because I also apologized to both of them, saying, I misunderstood, Mika. I misunderstood you. And once you described it in full detail, I understood it wasn't how I pictured it. My son, at this point, I apologize to say, I know I didn't ask specifically if you unfriended her. You have to talk to me, bro. You have to open up to me. And at that time, I was reacting to the information I had at hand, and at that time, I was angry, and I let it out, and I didn't want to, and I don't want that to stay the fact of it. That's why we needed a break. We all needed a break just to be able to recalibrate ourselves and come back at this a little more reasonable. And I don't think it's exactly the mess ups that we do that make us, but the ones that we make, we can learn for the next experience around the corner to save that bit of time, bit of conflict that doesn't need to be. All in all being, it's been an eventful ass day. Today, oh, I'm gonna sleep like a champion. I'm rocking maybe 3.5 hours of sleep. A lot of mobility, both tightness and soreness and everything else. It's gonna be a great day, okay? Just remember, it's not about half full, half empty, baby. You got a glass at the table. We're gonna be drinking tonight. Non-alcoholic. I'm keeping on that clean path. But needless to say, I hope if anyone enjoyed this to whatever extent you made it down to the end, I do appreciate anyone and everyone as far as them commenting, liking, sharing, following, whatever have be it. I'm not gonna do the whole YouTube thing because I always find that as a joke when I mess with my kids. Yeah, hold the camera for me real quick. And how you do the YouTube thing? Like, follow, share, comment below, something like that. Some with some jazz, little sparklers and stuff like that in the background. A big banner across it. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I ain't trying to get in that kind of realm. At the same time, I ain't trying to go into other paths of YouTube where people are just being the extras in life in every other way. There's too much of that, man. Like I just want to be me. If you like me, follow me. If you don't, cool. There's millions more other people out there. Believe me, you'll find the people you like. Hope the ones that like me find me. That's it. Y'all stay good. Tip up the hat. Phenomenal. Follow maybe or something like that.
No, they say make sure to comment down below support the video.
All right.
And then like later in the video they say make sure to like and subscribe.
Okay. All right. There we go. See.
Like,
That's
subscribe, and hit that bell. There.
All right. Yeah. Subscribe and hit that button down below.
Like, subscribe, and
hit that bell. Just like Taco, no dog involved. All right. You don't even know that reference. That's old school, baby. All right.
End it.
G family out.